The Diggerman, a modern limerick. There was an old woman of Strown, who strode down the field in her gown. She met coming up a dear Diggerman, he was about to uproot all around. "Oh, digger, dear Diggerman," cried she with a smile, her hands on her hips all the while. "Yes, my fair lady, and what can I do?" said Digger, dear Diggerman, scraping his shoe. "I'd rather you left me a hedge here and there," said Lady so firm, sun igniting her hair. The Diggerman paused, looking down for a bit, and on his broad shoulder there landed a tit. He looked in surprise, with narrowed blue eyes. There followed a wren, an owl, and a hen. The lady looked on, her kind face wise. "Who owns this land, this field so wide? Who decides where to plant and pays for the corn?" said Digger, dear Diggerman, his face full of scorn. Fair lady sighed, and then with a click called off her birds, her beasts, and her tit. She raised up her arms as she strode up the hill, and the heavens rained down on the Diggerman's till, on his field, his digger, and the hedges he claimed. He heard her song as he climbed back inside into his cab with his coffee and pride. A quiet voice spoke, and Diggerman saw there his fledgling son sat cradling a hawk. "Daddy, dear daddy," said tiny young man, "can I keep him at home? He is my one." Diggerman reddened, his eyes a mist. Why, a bird," he shouted, "he belongs in the wild." "But daddy, I watched as you cut down his tree. He came and he spoke right inside me." His father felt fear and a first sense of shame, but he followed the footsteps of all of his name. The hawk reshuffled as her song found its ears. Come along," sang her notes so pure. "Come on, my loves, to the folk who hear." He leant close to the tiny young man, and his breath was a puff along with his wings as he left with his kiss on the little one's hair. Diggerman waved his thick wooden arms, but his son's eyes twinkled, awake to harm. There was a young woman of Strown, who strode down the field in her gown. She met coming up a young Diggerman, he was about to replant all around.